Hey guys, Jacqueline Fernandez here at the Alert Center. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Hopefully Santa brought everything that your little heart desires, and hopefully you were not sick and are not getting sick, because that's the topic of today's brief discussion. CHI is reporting that ERs and clinics are reporting an increase in patients with flu and other respiratory illnesses between Christmas and the New Year. So I know some people in my family weren't feeling that great during the Christmas holiday, unfortunately. So hopefully you and yours are feeling better and you're gearing up for a wonderful New Year's Eve. So let's head over to CHI's website right here. So clearly, this is what the doctors are saying, and this is something that I kind of was interested in discussing and taking a look at. So if we head over to the CDC website now, you can kind of see the 2025-26 combined respiratory disease peak hospitalization rates, and the CDC is anticipating that rates will likely be similar to last year. So this is kind of where the peak is going to be anticipated, the same from the 2024-2025 year. If you look at this, so this graph basically combines the weekly respiratory diseases and hospitalization rate and then per month, right? So July, October, January, April, and back to July. So this is the 2022-2023 season, and this is in the lightest blue of all the blues on the graph here. And then we head over to the 2023-2024 season, which actually looked like there was a little drop here in hospitalization rate. So that's a good thing. And then in the, I guess, the darkest shade of blue or black, even the 2024-2025 season. And this is what we're anticipating for 2025-2026 season to be about 20% within that peak range. So this is the latest from the CDC's website. Meantime, if you feel like you're, kind of coming down with something, this is a little bit more about the flu virus from Cleveland Clinic. So symptoms include a fever, head and body aches, coughing, and a stuffy or runny nose. And then if you do have an underlying health condition, this is when you need to kind of be careful with, catching the flu and exacerbating that. So, yeah. Every flu season, about 20 to 40 million people in the U.S. do catch the flu. So the flu is fairly common, but if not treated properly, it can have bad consequences and even result in death for some. So something to take note of. So if you're infected, according to clevelandclinic.org, you'll usually get symptoms of flu 1 to 4 days after your exposure. So this is called the incubation period, the time when it takes to kind of, that virus to take effect. So management and treatment, antivirals. You can also, let's see, where's this? Live with or care people for risk of severe complications of the flu. Yeah, so just remember, if you do have if you are at risk for, I guess you should say, severe illness, or if you're a provider of some kind, so just make sure that you are being treated for that flu virus and stay home, right? So let's switch gears to upper respiratory infections. So this is the other thing that CHI reporting their ERs and clinics are seeing an increase, and they're anticipating this increase now and into the new year. So upper respiratory infection, viruses and bacteria that infect your respiratory tract, this is above your vocal cords, and symptoms can include a runny or stuffy nose, a sore throat or headache, common colds, strep throat, and sinus infections are all examples of this upper respiratory infection. So typically these go away on their own, but again, you don't want to head into work if you're feeling like you have these symptoms. And same with the flu virus as well. So that is our story here today at the Alert Center. I do kind of want to switch gears now and head over to our website. That's firstalert6.com. And these are the stories that our digital team, is currently working on for the day. In the meantime, though, now that we're talking about viruses and it's getting cold out there, it still is, let's head over to Senior Chief Meteorologist Rusty Lord's First Alert 6 forecast. So he does say decreasing clouds out there today. There's sunshine here, I should say, in the Blackstone, but my goodness, it is windy. Okay, so high of 21 degrees right now. Current temperatures 15 degrees. Feels like -4. So that's that wind chill factor that we want to take into account. Tonight, though, we're looking at mostly clear conditions, so that's good. Let's take a live look now from our Blackstone camera with a low of 12 degrees, so still kind of chilly out there. Then we'll head over to our Northeast First National cameras. We talk about tonight, mostly clear, low and 12, and then Tuesday, partly cloudy with a high of 44. Then, as we anticipate New Year's Eve, my goodness, I can't believe it's almost 2026. Can you? Here's a live look from Children's Nebraska. New Year's Eve, partly cloudy, a high of 45. A chilly evening is what Rusty anticipates. And then he says falling through the 30s. So I don't know about you, but I'm not planning on being outdoors at midnight. So hopefully I'll be snug away in my bed, very comfortable. But anyway, we will have the latest weather forecast for you available on our broadcast as well. So make sure you stay tuned for our broadcast with our Dave Zavolinsky. That's coming up at 3 o'clock. And we'll see you then.